Welcome to Serpentine Creative. I'm your host, Stella Williams, and you're watching Serpentine Reads. All right, welcome back to Serpentine Reads. Today isn't going to be a typical review. It's going to be more of a book discussion. And the reason for that is because the book I'm going to discuss today is Wolf Alpha by, I'm going to probably butcher this name, uh, Yumoyori Wilson. And the reason why I'm not reviewing this book is because it is a DNF for me. I got, according to my Kindle, 25% into this book, and I couldn't bring myself to care about any of the characters. And my biggest complaint about this book is it's supposed to be the first book in a series, and there's nothing suggesting that that there was any prior backstory that I needed to already know before reading this book. And yet, automatically from the start, from the very first page, I felt completely lost as to what was going on with these characters, and it really hindered my ability to be able to connect with them. And I'm not saying that the rest of the story couldn't be good. I'm just saying that, for me, it would have been nice to know beforehand that it was not a standalone series, but a continuation series. And with that is something that I found out after going back and multiple times to the page to check, like, okay, this is for sure book one, right? I'm not missing some other whole book out there, not a short story, nothing. Nope. It's just, this is book one, this is book one, this is book one. It's the first book in the series, first book in the series. But then I finally went down to the Amazon reviews, which I avoid prior to reading a book. I'll look at star ratings, but I won't actually read the reviews because I don't want to get spoilers, and I want my view of the book not to be tainted when I'm giving you my review of the book. So I usually avoid the books, but something told me to, go ahead and check the review section. And the review section, like, this book has over 40 reviews. It's 4.5 stars on Amazon. The author is a USA Today best-selling author. So, like I said, this is not saying that the book isn't a good book. This is why this is a discussion and not a review, because I don't feel like I could give an accurate review for a book that I have zero context for. But it was in the review section that I found out that this was actually a continuation series and not a standalone series. Uh, so this is kind of where myself as an author and myself as a reader are conflicted, because as a reader, I'm like, well, it would have been nice to get a heads up, but I'm just not going to read the book because I didn't know that there was an entire series before this one that explains everything that's happening in this and gives the context for this supposed first book in this series. But it doesn't read like a first book, which is why I only got through 25% of it, because there was just so much that was like super glossed over and not explained enough. And as a writer, for me, it's something that I could see very easily happening. It's something that I'm very conscious of myself with my books. And so I can't really fault the author at this point, because I know what it's like to be writing and having that continuation series in your head and not realizing that that I might need to say, hey, this is a whole new series, but you might want to go read the first series first. You know, make it clear to your readers that that even though it's a completely separate series, that there is going to be enough tie-in that you need to read the other series first in order to understand what's going on. And that'll just save you a lot of time. I mean, I understand she has an established readership, and obviously they really enjoyed this book. Otherwise, it wouldn't have 40 reviews on it, let alone having a rating of 4.5 stars. But for me, as a reader, this was a really big DNF for me. I couldn't do the characters, and that makes me really sad because looking at the covers and this author's body of work, I was really excited to find another, you know, black author in paranormal romance who was, on the USA Today bestsellers list and doing that and doing her thing. And I was just, as a reader, very disappointed at the end of it all. So that being said, that is why this is not a review. This is a discussion slash reader rant. um, and if you were interested in reading her books, please ensure that you read the first series before trying to jump into Wolf Alpha and the Claiming My Pack series. I think that's what it's called. So that you can avoid the disappointment that I had. And maybe next year I'll get over my disappointment and rediscover her books and fall in love with them like so many other people. But for right now, it's just a no for me. And that's what I've got for you guys today for Serpentine Reads. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I will have the link to Yumoyori Wilson's author page below, but not to the book. All right, that's it. Have a nice day.